Hi to all you beautiful souls out there. Thanks for stopping by and spending some time here on my channel, Spiritual Dowsy. I'm Dowsy LeMay. I really appreciate all my subscribers and everybody who's been following me on my Facebook and Instagram at Spiritual Dowsy. And I appreciate everybody who's been watching my videos. I really appreciate the support and the love as I continue here on my journey. So today I want to talk about the identity of only remaining positive and why remaining positive only and focusing only on the positive sometimes can lead to negativity. All right. I kind of want to talk about why this new age identity around, oh, I just want to feel love and joy can be somewhat harmful for your own personal growth, as well as for keeping you within your pattern that you've been trying to avoid. So before I do this, understand that these are my truth and my experiences that have guided me down my own spiritual path. They don't have to be yours, so use your own discernment and take what resonates with you. Please take what resonates with you and leave the rest. Just keep an open mind. Just because it doesn't resonate with you now doesn't mean it doesn't fit with you down the road when you have a different perspective. Okay, so let's talk about this trying to remain positive thing and not focusing on the negative. To me, I feel like that is a huge detriment to your own personal growth, and I think that's been a little bit hijacked, and I'll tell you why. All right, our reality, our universe of which we exist in, is dualistic in nature. It incorporates what we would call duality, right? What is duality? Duality is basically understanding that there are polar opposites that can occur at the same time. It's basically you as a creator have decided to place judgment on your experience, something within your experience of, you have placed judgment within your creation, and via that judgment, the universe, via its loving and beneficial source energy, wants to confirm that for you, and it confirms that judgment with showing you the opposite exposures of that judgment, right? Dualism or duality occurs in the identity of that there is feast and there is famine, that there is wealthy and there is poor, that there is light and there is dark, that there is positive and negative, that there is good and there's bad, okay? The universe in its 0 point status, if you would, with just existence, is basically neutral. It's neutral until you as the creator decide to come about and witness something within your creation and you place judgment on that. The minute you place judgment onto something that you created within your hologram, if you will, within your human container, you have asked the universe to come alive. You've asked the universe to come alive because the universe wants to be seen. The universe wants to be seen via what you put your focus, your intention, and your judgment on. If you place judgment within your reality via your creation as a creator, the universe comes alive. And the reason why it comes alive is because you, as the creator, as source, being in a limited body, needing to experience itself via the limitations of who I am as Dowsy in this case, it wants to see what it's like to be me as source, existing in my reality. And so when I place judgment on something that I created via my creative powers, and I deem it to be bad, in this case, let's say I deem it to be negative, the universe explodes with life. It explodes with infinite timelines, infinite probabilities, infinite ways and forms, and materializes in my reality a bunch of experiences to help me confirm this judgment. And it does that through contrast, right? You can't experience what it's like to be good if you have no idea what it's like to be bad. You can't experience wealthy if you don't know what it's like to be poor. You can't have lack if you don't have abundance. You can't have abundance if you don't have lack. You can't have love if you don't have fear. All right? This is what happens when you create in your moment and you place judgment on the things that you experience. Everything is neutral. You come about an experience via your creation. You place a judgment on that. I believe this to be negative. The universe explodes with life. and it gives you a bunch of experiences to help you confirm this judgment, as well as all the other things to help you have contrast to that judgment. All right? That is vitally important for what we're going to talk about next. If you go about your creation and you decide to say, this is bad, understand, one, that you are the creator, have placed judgment on something via your own perspective that something is bad. The universe comes alive and it shows you that, and it creates a pattern out of that judgment. What I hear all the time is that don't focus on the bad, don't focus on the bad, focus on the positive. Understand that bad, this experience, what you had, is bad, and you focusing on the positive is just but another judgment of perspective of what you're witnessing in your reality. You are saying, I don't like what I experienced, and now that you place judgment on that, you've constricted that energy and held it within your energetic field, and it has become part of your reality, which you're projecting from. And then you go out and say, I only want to focus on the good, okay? What you're basically doing now is saying, I'm holding on to the judgment, and I am only going to focus on what I deem to be good. And the reality is, the universe continues to show you both things. Why? Because you never neutralized the energy. You've continued the same pattern of what you said, I am focusing on the good because I don't like this. And then you're saying, I want to only focus on the good. And the universe says, well, you just want to focus on the good. I got to show you a bunch of bad. Do you not? I hope you see the irony in this, because this makes me laugh all the time. When I hear people say, only be in your heart, only be in joy and love, I find that incredibly difficult, because you know why? Most people can't exist in true unbiased love. Most people can't exist in unconditional love, because what you've done to get to that point is you've placed judgment in your reality, and that judgment is an energetic tie that you've held onto in your energetic field via your beliefs, and the universe keeps tying everything to you. And so what you deem to be positive and loving and joy is but a perspective, and the universe must continue the pattern of which you are trying to avoid in the whole scenario. It doesn't behoove you in your growth. You just continue the same pattern of which you're saying, I'm avoiding this, and I don't want to feel negativity, and I only want to feel positive. It's the same thing. You just don't see it that way. The other aspect to this is there a fine line between trying to feeling good and then avoiding something. Be really, really truthful with yourself when you are experiencing something in your reality and you're saying, I want to be positive, or I don't want to feel this and I want to avoid it, and therefore I want to feel positive. There is a very, very fine line between feeling good and avoidance. And to me, the only way to get through this, to find love, to find compassion for yourself, to neutralize the energy, is to look at the reason why you found it to be negative in the first place. Why would you, as a creator, creating your existence via your frequency, look upon your creation and deem it to be negative? You deem it to be negative because it didn't fit with alignment with what you wanted on a positive note. But that's an indication for you to understand there's something about you that you're holding on to that is helping you build this experience within your reality. And if you decide to avoid that, you're essentially rejecting a piece of what you've been holding on to, never allowing that energy to be expressed, and trying to focus on the positive, which is only reinforcing all the things that you're holding on to. It is a wheel. It is a spiral that isn't going upward. You're just a spiral that becomes a circle over and over and over again. Okay? I'm holding on to something. I judge it to my creation to be negative, and because I'm not willing to look at it and I don't like it, I'm going to focus on the positive, and only on the positive, because that makes me feel good. Yet the universe will continue to show you everything that is in its dualistic nature, duality, to show you this judgment that you want to hold on to. Okay? The universe cares not what is good or bad. It doesn't care. It's not its choice to give you what is good or bad. It's only giving you what you are desiring via your creation and supporting that beliefs that you have. So before you go about in your reality, think about the things that you have claimed within your belief systems that you believe to be negative. And if you're trying to listen to yourself and say, I'm only going to be positive, be really careful, because that holding on to the identity of just remaining positive could be something that you are trying to avoid a piece of yourself. You can't become whole if you have two pieces of you. You need to be able to look at both sides of the coin and then provide love to both of that to be able to balance that out and move forward, okay? So I hope that helps you. If you come across a lot of people who tell you just to remain in your heart and to be loving and etc. If you are holding a lot of judgment towards things that are basically on positive or negative, it really behooves you to look inward to understand why you see these things to be negative. Why do you see these things to be something that is a detriment to you? Why it doesn't align with you? And to understand that there's something about you within you that is holding on to this energy that needs to be let go first, needs to be loved first, before you can find the other side of that coin. All right? So if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me at Spiritual Dowsy here on my Instagram or my Facebook, or subscribe here on my YouTube and click the bell to make sure you get the notifications of other things that are going on. I love you. I hope you all have a great day wherever you are in the world, and we'll take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.